everyone, this is Cindy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about the 5 luxury designer handbags that I would never consider owning or buying. I'm going to explain the reasons and why in today's video. So please sit tight and let's dive into it. So the first bag is the Row Margaux Bag. The Row Margaux Bag, it was launched in 2018, so it has been around for about good 6 years. The bag has been made internationally famous, and you see loads of fashionistas carrying it, and that is one of the most iconic quiet luxury handbags on the market at the moment. However, I just feel I don't want to buy one, and I tell you why. Because the Margaux bag, they have a few different sizes. They have the Margaux 12, 15, 17 and the East-West, and so the East-West is the same size as the 17, and in my opinion the bags structurally, it just, the bottom is too wide, and it's a shoulder bag, it's not a handbag. I'm a handbag girl. I prefer my bags over my arm and then or carrying in the hand or crossbody bags. I'm not a shoulder bag girl, so for that point that's why I wouldn't buy it. And then another point I wouldn't buy it is that the bag is too big for my body frame. Even the 15, 17, the 12 is just still, because it's a shoulder bag, I would pass it. The 12, the size is perfect, however I still wouldn't go because it's a shoulder bag. And then with the 15 and 17, it is far too large for my frame. I'm 5'5", 1.66 in meters, and so that bag is just too domineering for me and make me feel like I'm just too big. And also in the summer or like warmer seasons, for example, okay, I can wear it on the shoulder, but however in the winter in the UK I wear layers of clothes to keep myself warm, and then have a big bulky shoulder bag lugging it around. I just can't comprehend that I wanted to own one of these bags, because it doesn't work for me. These days I don't really need carrying a lot of stuff, which you can see from all my bag reviews. It's only the few most essential things. I wouldn't carry a massive makeup pouch in there, so a bag 30 centimeters long, is more than sufficient for me. So therefore I would pass because of the size is too large. And another reason that I wouldn't buy is that the bags are retailed for the 15 is retailed for almost £4,500, and the 17 is retailed just over £5,000 in GBP, and East-West is retailed for just over £6,000. But I think, I just can't like thinking of spending that much money for a bag that doesn't really work for me. And also I think it is a little bit overpriced, but I mean, my video today doesn't mean to offend anyone if you already own one of these bags. It just purely is my own personal opinion. It's just because it doesn't really suit my lifestyle, it doesn't suit wherever I might look and how I dress. This bag is just, doesn't suit me, even though I always look, very happily looking at on other people, admiring their looks, but however this bag is totally just not for me. So to recap, the size, the structure, the price and the looks, the 4 things that the reason why I wouldn't buy it. And moving on, the next bag that I wouldn't buy is the Christian Dior Saddle Bag. The Christian Dior Saddle Bag was launched in the Spring-Summer 2000 collection and designed by John Galliano, so it's been around the fashion scene for 25 years. And even though that bag has been dominating the fashion scene and on the arms of lots of fashionistas, especially about 10 years ago, it was the bag for people who wanted to own one. But however, even in its heydays, I never ever really considered of owning it until today. that view still haven't changed, and the reasons are, firstly is the shape, the structure and the size of it. The shape is kind of like a saddle, and it's not a half moon shape, and it's very narrow, and that leads to the next point, is that because of the shape it doesn't really hold much at all. And I looked on the website, and it can only hold a phone, a card holder, a lipstick and a pair of sunglasses. I mean, yes, I'm not a large bag girl, but however, if you know, there's a couple of more, like what about a key pouch? What about something else? Or like for me, I have to carry my inhaler with me, just something like that, or little pill box. But it just can't hold much at all, and it's just not very practical and not really a versatile or practical bag in my eyes, even though it has the shoulder straps and a small handle, and then you can use as an underarm bag or crossbody bag, but still the whole bag just doesn't really grasp my desire of owning one. And I think the shape is, the structure is too masculine for me, and I'm always prefer, even though like they're structured bags, but I prefer more of a feminine aesthetic or feminine feel to it. The size is 25.5 times 20 times 6.5 centimeters. I mean, the size is not a small bag, and then yeah, it can't hold much at all, so I'm not sure about that. And also it retails for £3,450 currently, so it's not a cheap bag to buy, but it's a fun bag. So I think it's too much to pay for a fun bag like that, because there are loads of other choices on the market that you can get a fun bag, but maybe half of the price. So for those reasons, too structured, the size is not very practical, and too masculine, and then overpriced. So for those reasons, I pass on that. The next bag is the Delvaux bag, the Delvaux Brilliant series bag. The Delvaux Brilliant bags, it was launched in 1958, I believe, and it has been around on the market for like nearly 70 years. They have MM, PM, they have mini, they have nano in so many different sizes. Yes, I know, Delvaux is one of those most iconic classic leather goods shops, have a very, very long established history, and their craftsmanship and their artisan, you know, they're all like, you know, top notch with the material they use and the techniques of, you know, the bag's history. So it's all a very, very respected brand. It's still around till this day. It shows that it's a very well respected brand. But however, I would never ever want you to own this Brilliant series bag, because I just find the structure is similar to the Hermes Kelly, but however the big buckle design in the front of it is something that is just not for me. I don't really like that buckle at the front. I find it is too domineering, and I prefer clearer lined bags that not having too many buckles or and hardwares on them, and a clean line. So therefore I'm not sure about the design that I like, and prices is another issue for me for the Delvaux bag. Is that is the MM, it retails for over £6,000, and the PM just retails currently for £5,600. So they're not cheap. However, in that price range, there are better choices, I believe, and so I wouldn't really wanted to own this bag, because I just find it is too formal and it's too structured. The buckle at the front, I don't know, I think it doesn't really fit the current or the field, chilled, relaxed, oversized everything, that it just feels too formal for me. So therefore I wouldn't consider of owning one of the Delvaux Brilliant bags. So yeah, it is such a classic bag. However, it just doesn't really suit my lifestyle. I don't know. I mean, if you own a Delvaux bag, I think especially the size, the smaller nano ones, they're really cute. But however, the larger ones, I just found it just, can I mention the word, too old-fashioned? Even though I'm not a young person, but it's just something that personally I just don't like it. And I therefore wouldn't buy it. The next, I've already ranted about it. If you haven't seen my ranting video, and I attach it on there for you to have a watch, and you must have guessed it, is the Louis Vuitton Neverfull Inside Out. So the reasons that I do not like this bag, I would never buy one, is color choices, and especially the red and yellow ones. But if there is a black leather with the canvas on the other side, yes, that looks quite cool. But however, I just can't really take myself to buy one of these inside out with the red, yellow, bright colored canvas linings, and even though they put a shoulder strap over it, because the bag is very large in size and it's open top, there's no zip on top of it, there's safety issues for me, and I just don't feel a bag that can be used quite a lot. In my eyes, the Neverfull is a holiday bag. For example, you take to the beach and the resort and lounge around and just out about, go shopping while you're on holiday. It's not a bag that I feel that I use it on a daily basis, especially that massive red and bold yellow color. So therefore I wouldn't buy it. And for a canvas bag like that is costing £1,680, and then I just find it's a bit just not right. And so as for a holiday bag, there are so many other choices. When the time near to the summer, I'm going to do a video for what's the best holiday handbags, and then I will talk about this topic again. But for today, I'm just going to say that the Neverfull Inside Out is, there's no one bit that I could say anything good about it. I mean, the Neverfull is a heritage bag of the Louis Vuitton house, but I think they haven't really revived it that well, especially the red and bright yellow combos. So therefore, I'm going to put that on my never to purchase list. Last but not least is the Chanel 22 bag, and this bag is debatable for a lot of people, because in the Far East, especially like China, Hong Kong, and even in Japan, this bag is super popular. And yet in the UK I rarely see anyone carrying it. Not that often, not as often as I see the classic flap or other forms of Chanel bags. So this 22 bag is, to me, is, I mean, they have different sizes. The little nano ones are really cute, and the regular large sizes, they are quite practical. I mean, it's 35 wide, 37 tall, and 7 centimeters in depth. So it's a large, decent bag, and with a wide opening with the metal and leather waved chain shoulder straps. And I mean, the bag itself looks quite nice, but however, I just do not like that crinkled top, and it must make it very hard to get into the bag. Also, it retails for £4,930 for a small size. I think that's a lot of money for a bag like that. And I just, again, in the ranting video, I ranted about Chanel's price increases, and so for a bag, £5 is too casual for me. and it's not smart enough. I mean, if I pay up £5,000 for a bag, I would like to have at least, you know, into two occasions that I use it. I mean, for that bag, it's a shopping bag, it's a weekend bag, and I mean, would you take that to work? Yes, you can, but it's, you know, if you want to take that into work, it's up to you, but I personally, I wouldn't. And I mean, you can't use it as a smart occasion bag. It, to me, it just is a bag for younger girls, and I'm at the stage of my life that that sort of bag just I wouldn't really look into of buying or owning one. And the Chanel 22 bag, it was launched in year 2022, so it has been around for a few years, and I'm not sure why there is a popular bag, but I noticed that in bag forums or like on the internet, I noticed that its popularity in Asia is far beyond than Europe. I see a few people carrying it, but not as often as that I've seen when I was in Japan or Hong Kong, mainly by younger girls. And again, because it's a shoulder bag, and straight away that passes my wish list. It just not a bag that there's no structure. The bag is very deep, make it harder to find things when you're out about. I hope you enjoyed today's video and enjoyed my list of 5 bags that I would never consider buying or owning. The first one is the Row Margaux Bag. The second one is the Dior Saddle Bag. The third one is the Delvaux Brilliant Bag. The fourth one is the Louis Vuitton Neverfull Inside Out Bright Yellow Bright Red. And the fifth one is the Chanel 22 bag. And I hope my video is useful for you and to make your decision for your future purchases. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and give my video a like and switch on that little bell button so you get notified when I upload a new video. Thank you so much for your continued support towards my little growing channel. I'm really grateful, and because I'm still quite new to YouTube, and I want to do a giveaway, but I'm not sure how to do it. If you got more experienced guys know how to do a giveaway, please leave a comment and let me know, and so I can get that organized for the new year. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for your support towards my little growing channel. And until my next video, see you then, bye.